Welcome to MAI Academy. My name is Samuel Omoregui, and I will be your digital instructor for this course, Governance, Accountability, and Institutions. Let me state out what to expect from this course. In this course, we will explore one of the most important questions in human society: how are systems managed, and what makes some institutions successful while others fail? Every organized society, whether a nation, a business organization, a school, a community, or an international institution, depends on structures and systems that guide decision-making, regulate behavior, distribute resources, resolve conflicts, and ensure that collective goals are achieved. Governance, accountability, and institutions are the foundations upon which peaceful, stable, and prosperous societies are built. Without effective governance, societies can experience poor leadership, corruption, injustice, inefficiency, and instability. Without accountability, individuals in positions of authority may misuse their power without facing consequences. Without strong institutions, laws may become ineffective, public services may decline, and citizens may lose confidence in the systems that are meant to serve them. Governance refers to the processes, structures, and mechanisms through which decisions are made, authority is exercised, policies are developed, and public affairs are managed. Governance is not limited to government alone. It also exists within private organizations, corporations, educational institutions, religious organizations, international bodies, and community groups. Every institution that involves leadership, decision-making, and the management of people and resources requires a governance system. A key aspect of governance is the management of power and authority. Power must be exercised responsibly because the decisions made by leaders affect the lives, opportunities, rights, and welfare of other people. Good governance ensures that authority is used to serve the common good rather than personal interests. It promotes fairness, participation, justice, responsiveness, effectiveness, and respect for established rules and procedures. Another major focus of this course is accountability. Accountability is the principle that individuals and institutions entrusted with authority must explain their decisions, justify their actions, and accept responsibility for their outcomes. In every successful society, there are systems that monitor leaders, public officials, and organizations to ensure that they act according to laws, ethical standards, and the expectations of the people they serve. Accountability is essential because power without control can easily lead to abuse. Throughout history, many societies have experienced problems such as corruption, misuse of public resources, oppression, and poor governance because those with authority were not adequately monitored. Effective accountability systems, including legal institutions, audits, oversight bodies, elections, independent courts, public participation, exist to prevent such problems and maintain integrity within institutions. This course will also examine the role of institutions in maintaining social and political order. Institutions are the established organizations, rules, and systems that structure human activities and make society function effectively. Examples include the executive, legislature, judiciary, anti-corruption agencies, security institutions, educational systems, financial regulatory bodies, civil service organizations, and private sector institutions. Strong institutions are often the difference between societies that achieve sustainable development and those that struggle with instability and poor performance. Effective institutions operate according to clear laws and procedures, employ competent professionals, maintain transparency, and serve the interests of society rather than individuals or political groups. A significant part of this course focuses on the relationship between governance and the rule of law. The rule of law establishes that every person, regardless of their social status, political position, or economic power, is subject to the law. It ensures equality, protects rights, limits excessive power, and creates a predictable environment where justice can be achieved. The course will further examine corruption and the systems created to prevent it. Corruption remains one of the greatest obstacles to national development because it diverts resources, weakens institutions, reduces public confidence, and limits opportunities for progress. You will learn how anti-corruption agencies, oversight bodies, financial controls, ethical standards, and public monitoring mechanisms help protect institutional integrity. Another important area of study is the role of citizens, civil society organizations, and the media in promoting accountability and transparency. Effective governance does not depend only on leaders and institutions. Citizens also have the responsibility to participate in public affairs, demand accountability, protect democratic values, and contribute to the development of their communities. The media serves as an important channel for providing information, encouraging public discussions, exposing wrongdoing, and ensuring that those in authority remain answerable to the people. Similarly, civil society organizations represent public interests, advocate for reforms, and create platforms through which citizens can influence decision-making. Transparency is another major pillar of good governance that will be explored throughout this course. Transparency means openness in the conduct of public affairs, allowing citizens and stakeholders to understand how decisions are made, how resources are spent, and how institutions operate. Transparent systems reduce the opportunity for corruption, strengthen public trust, and improve institutional performance. Furthermore, this course will examine why some institutions survive and grow stronger over many decades, while others become weak, ineffective, or collapse. Successful institutions usually have visionary leadership, professional workers, clear rules, strong accountability systems, adequate resources, public confidence, and the ability to adapt to social and economic changes. On the other hand, institutions fail when they are affected by corruption, political interference, weak leadership, lack of transparency, poor management, and the absence of accountability. By studying governance, accountability, and institutions, you will develop a deep understanding of how systems function in society and why responsible management is necessary for sustainable development. You will be equipped with the knowledge to analyze leadership decisions, evaluate institutional performance, recognize governance challenges, and contribute to creating systems that are more effective, transparent, fair, and accountable. This course is designed not only to provide theoretical knowledge, but also to develop practical understanding that can be applied in government service, business management, community leadership, civil society organizations, and everyday civic life. The principles learned in this course will enable you to become a more informed citizen, ethical leader, responsible professional, and active participant in building stronger institutions and better societies. By the end of this course, you will understand that strong societies are not created by chance. They are the result of responsible leadership, effective institutions, active citizen participation, respect for the law, transparency in decision-making, and a continuous commitment to accountability and improvement. Importance of studying governance, accountability, and institutions. Studying governance, accountability, and institution is essential because it provides individuals with a deeper understanding of how societies are organized, how authority is exercised, and how systems can be managed effectively for the common good. The knowledge gained from this field helps you become responsible citizens, ethical leaders, and professionals capable of strengthening institutions and promoting sustainable development. The importance of studying this course includes 1. Understanding how societies and systems are managed. Helps you understand how governments, organizations, and institutions are structured and operated. Explains how decisions are made, implemented, monitored, and evaluated. Provides knowledge of the systems that maintain order, stability, and development in society. 2. Promotes good governance. Teaches the principles of effective and responsible governance. Encourages fairness, participation, responsiveness, and efficient service delivery. Helps individuals understand how good governance contributes to national progress and social stability. 3. Strengthens accountability and responsibility. Explains why leaders and institutions must be answerable for their actions. Promotes responsible decision-making and ethical conduct. Helps prevent the misuse of authority and abuse of public trust. 4. Encourages ethical leadership. Develops an understanding of integrity, honesty, and professionalism in leadership. Emphasizes the importance of serving the interests of the public or organization rather than personal interests. Builds leadership qualities necessary for managing institutions effectively. 5. Helps combat corruption. Provides knowledge of the causes, forms, and consequences of corruption. Explains the importance of anti-corruption laws, policies, and oversight systems. Encourages a culture of transparency, honesty, and institutional integrity. 6. Promotes the rule of law and justice. Helps you understand the importance of laws in maintaining social order. Emphasizes equality before the law and the protection of citizens' rights. Encourages respect for constitutional principles and legal institutions. 7. Builds strong institutions. Explains the characteristics of effective and sustainable institutions. Shows how proper management, clear procedures, and professionalism contribute to institutional success. Helps individuals understand how institutions can adapt and improve over time. 8. Encourages citizen participation. Promotes active involvement in governance and public affairs. Encourages citizens to vote responsibly, engage in community development, and demand accountability. Highlights the role of individuals in strengthening democracy and institutions. 9. Improves critical thinking and policy analysis. Enables you to evaluate government decisions and institutional performance objectively. Develops the ability to identify governance challenges and recommend solutions. Encourages informed opinions on social, political, and economic issues. 10. Enhances transparency and public trust. Demonstrates the importance of openness in decision-making and resource management. Helps you understand how transparency reduces corruption and improves public confidence. Encourages institutions to operate in a manner that earns public trust. 11. Supports national development and stability. Explains how effective governance contributes to economic growth, peace, and social development. Shows the relationship between strong institutions and sustainable progress. Helps societies create systems capable of solving complex challenges. 12. Prepares future leaders and professionals. Equips you with knowledge useful in government, business, civil society, and private organizations. Develops skills in leadership, administration, ethical decision-making, and institutional management. Prepares individuals to contribute positively to organizational and national development. Promotes human rights and social justice. Creates awareness about the protection of individual freedoms and equal opportunities. Encourages fairness, inclusion, and respect for human dignity. Helps you understand the responsibility of institutions in protecting citizens. 14. Encourages sustainable institutional development. Teaches the importance of building systems that survive beyond individual leaders. Emphasizes long-term planning, accountability, and continuous institutional reform. Promotes the creation of resilient institutions capable of serving future generations. 15. Creates informed and responsible citizens. Provides citizens with the knowledge needed to understand governance systems. Encourages responsible behavior, civic engagement, and respect for public institutions. Empowers individuals to participate actively in building a fair, transparent, and prosperous society. Ultimately, studying governance, accountability, and institutions enables you to understand how power should be managed, how leaders should be held responsible, and how strong institutions can be built to create a just, stable, and developed society. I look forward to congratulating you upon the successful completion of this course. To maximize your learning experience, ensure that you actively participate in all individual and group activities, as well as complete the course assessments. Your commitment and dedication will contribute greatly to your success. I wish you the very best throughout this learning journey, and I look forward to celebrating your achievements at the end of the course.